Jen says she's a vampire, and she drinks human blood. Tonight, she'll quench her thirst.
How are you?
Jen's friend, Cheryl, has agreed to let Jen suck her blood. She'll use medical lancets to draw Cheryl's blood.
It's been 1 month since I fed, so this for me is kind of a good pivotal moment to hold me over till the next round, and yeah, I'm a little hungry.
With mounting excitement, Jen pricks Cheryl's finger. It's only a drop, but the first of many. Ten minutes later, as dawn breaks, the feeding ends.
I want more, but there are other days.
I've never before had the opportunity of entertaining press on from the dark continent. I hope the reception was not horrible for you or anything like that.
Quite the contrary, Count Dracula. The evening has been splendid one. And we found your guest to be most impressive. I like in particular your Dr. Duvalier.
It was you who impressed him.
Mamuwalde is the crystallization of our people's pride.
My Uber, she does me too much credit. But notwithstanding, my people are eager to bring our ancient culture into the community of nations.
That may take a good deal of time.
It will at least be time well spent, as opposed to an exchange of banalities with pseudo-intellectual dilettantes.
Charming.
What with dignitaries of your stature, lending the weight of your statesmanship to the fulfillment of our objectives, I believe we will succeed.
To totally seize the slave trade? Rather unrealistic. Slavery has merit, I believe.
Merit? You find merit in barbarity?
Barbarous from the standpoint of the slave, perhaps. Intriguing. Delightful from my side. I would willingly pay for so beautiful an addition to my household as your delicious wife.
Sir, are you ill?
Oh, and no insult, Prince. It is a compliment for a man of my station to look with desire on one of your color.
Sir, I suddenly find your conduct as full as your manner. You're behaving like some animal.
Really, really. Let us not forget. It is you who comes from the jungle.
Our evening is finished. I pray you around your coffin. We are leaving.
I do not think so.
How dare you!
place a curse of suffering on you that will doom you to a living hell. A hunger, a wild animal hunger will grow in you. A hunger for human blood. Here you will starve for an eternity, torn by an unquenchable lust. I curse you with my name. You shall be Blackula, a vampire, like myself, a living fiend. You will be doomed never to know that sweet blood which will become your only desire. You will watch helpless and dying until the black flesh rots from your bones. They will comfort you until your death.
As though it's something natural about them. And everything it has done has been against the natural and against the nature. But us as a people, by us not coming into the nature of who we are, we have not gathered the power and the strength of nature to use that as our true weapon against the European. The nature of ourselves, of our true identity manifested, is a weapon against the white man. It's a fact. So we want to get back in tune with that nature. That nature is very dangerous to him. We want guns and technology, but in and of ourselves, we are a power. We are an etheric force. You know what I'm saying? We are a divine energy in the planet that we must attune ourselves with. And by doing that, we get this European up off us. And that's how we are now here in peace and harmony, because of the natural force that we are in tune with as a group, to shut off the devils and to keep them at bay, to keep the vampires away from us. To shut off the devils and to keep them at bay, to keep the vampires away from us. To shut off the devils and to keep them at bay, to keep the vampires away from us. To shut off the devils and to keep them at bay, to keep the vampires away from us. To shut off the devils and to keep them at bay, to keep the vampires away from us. 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 Kind of deep tonight on y'all, man, so I have to put my shades on. Literally, because the light that's gonna be coming out might transfigure on y'all, man. Shapeshifters. But yeah, basically, I want to start off tonight with some deep concepts. And the first concept I want to start off with, which is very interesting. But first, I want to thank y'all for being here. I appreciate your presence. You all embarking upon this divine conscious enlightenment path, because that's really what it really is about. It's about a true enlightenment process of consciousness. Because we cannot get out the matrix. We cannot change the condition properly fully. And I'm not just the whole goal. Because otherwise, it's just political. You know what I'm saying? You have the American nation. And nationalism being a byproduct of what has been implemented by other type of men in society. You know, when we were the original people on the planet Earth, we didn't have